Alright folks, welcome to the super advanced video here in Outlook. And just to let you know that at this point, I'm going to kind of just be free talking some stuff because as much as you want to script out what you want to train, I will always find something in addition that I want to show you. So if it seems scattered, it's because why? Because I will think of something as I'm doing it. And there's over 120 things on all these videos. And sometimes the bonus is I come up with something new as I'm doing it. So just giving you a heads up there. Okay, so the first thing I want to show you folks is take your mouse and go up to File up here. And we're going to talk a little bit about the account settings and how things work underneath in Outlook, okay? So here is the account settings. Now, normally when you go to set up an email profile, which I'll show you in a little bit what that is, right here is your email account and your data files. And the email is actually you're talking to the server that your email is hosted at, okay? So when you double click here, you can see right here, these are all your settings, which every hosting company has different settings and different configurations. I'm not going to go into detail about this because that's more troubleshooting. Hit cancel there. But I will let you know that when you have POP, you do have to have what's called a PST file connected, okay? And that's what this is right here. Now, in 2013 and 16, the default should be, as you can see here, in my Documents folder, Outlook files. Sometimes it puts it in the App Data folder, which is very hidden, and that Microsoft hides it because they don't want you going in there and deleting stuff accidentally. Okay, I'm just letting you know that. Up here is where you can add on other PST files that you want to open within your Outlook. And you can see the file name and where the location is right there. Now, if you had an Exchange account, let's go over here, it would say right here, Exchange. And if you have it set up as IMAP, it would say IMAP there. Typical IMAP setups come from like Gmail, and they come from when you start, when you go click New. Right here, if you just type in your name, email, and password, that generally sets it up as an IMAP, okay? If you have to go into Manual, and I'll show you here, and click there, then you have to go in and do all the manual setup, which if you have that type of account, you're probably very used to that, okay? So one other thing I want to tell you is that if you get an IMAP or Exchange account, those emails are set up with OST files, okay? An OST file is kind of like a shadow copy of what's on the IMAP server and the Exchange server, so you can see things offline and it does synchronize, but just keep in mind that you cannot import those into Outlook. You can't do that. If you need the data, you have to repair that file. And this is where I said things might get a little technical. It's super advanced. So if you're kind of like, this is going over my head, that's why. You also want to remember that IMAP and Exchange with the calendar, the Exchanges on the Exchange server with IMAP, it might not be. It might be in something called This Computer Only. I'll cover that in the Exchange video, though. Okay, now I want to show you folks a few other things within Outlook, and then we'll do the control panel later. So a few things that a lot of people don't know about Outlook, which you can do, which I don't personally use, but I thought I'd show you anyway, is there's a little thing called Quick Access button, which you can see right up here at the top of the screen where I'm moving the mouse. This actually can be filled with all your quick little favorite things you like doing. So I will show you by going over to categories right here, categorize. Let's say you like using categories a lot. You can right click and say add to quick access toolbar. Now up here, there's a little shortcut for that. Okay? And you can do that also. We're going to go do the follow-up and add that little flag there. And if you like send receive, that one you can't do. I'm sorry. But you can add anything to the quick access bar. Your rules, your move, your quick steps, anything you want pretty much can be up here. I've seen some of my clients have this whole thing filled up because they love that little area up there, which that's just another shortcut for everything. So if you happen to like being efficient with that, that's how you do it. You can just right click, right click, and now you can remove that also, okay? That's just a nice little feature. And just remember, when you right click here, you can collapse the ribbon, which I don't like because then I don't get to see anything. But some people like that because now their stuff's up here. I personally like seeing, I kind of personally like seeing the whole ribbon all the time. I don't know, it's just how I am. But that's how I like it. Now, another thing I'm going to show you guys is if you go to view over here, you can view conversation mode with your email. And this really doesn't work well if you don't have a lot of email, but I'm going to click it anyway. And because I don't have any conversations going. Conversations go with when you've got multiple emails from one person, and it kind of brings a little, like right here, bring a little arrow, and that would show you all the sub conversations. But a lot of people don't like that view, so I'm not going to really go into it, but I just want to show you where it is. It's right here under the view tab, and you can unclick that and check all the mailboxes, but it's kind of just, it's a crazier view, I'll put it that way, okay? Also in this view, you can change your message preview to be one line. See here? So when I clicked on that, it gives you a little preview. You can also preview with 2 lines. Hit all mailboxes and gives you more information. Click it again, and there you get even more information. Okay, so this view is not common, but it is a view that a lot of people do like. I personally don't like any view. I like it off. And I'm going to click all mailboxes. And I like it like this. Okay, and a lot of people do like it, so that's where you turned on, is in the view again right there. Now, before we move on, I just want to show you a couple quick things in a new email. So take your mouse and go up to new email. And over here, you'll see the from and BCC. A lot of people don't know that the BCC can be turned on all the time. What you need to do is take your mouse and go up to options and go ahead and select BCC, and you'll see it comes on, comes off. Same with from, comes on, comes off, and there you go. And that's just a little tip. The other tip I want to show you is if you move your mouse down to the message area, you can start typing. This message here, these formatting options turn on. If you have your mouse up here, they shut off. You have it down here, and you can see all your formatting. Another thing that people like is they want to sometimes use a signature or not. So if you go to insert, you can turn on your signature right here. Those are saved in your signature in the options area. But most people have their signature on all the time, but some people don't, and here's where you can just go and insert it yourself, right there. All right, so next up is I'm going to show you how to export your contacts into a Excel file, or it's a CSV file rather, so you can import them into other email marketing platforms, social media, or however you want to use your contacts outside of Outlook. Okay, let's get started. Take your mouse, go to File, open an export, import export. Right here is a wizard. Go to Export to a File, hit Next. CSV is what we want, hit Next. Up here, pick Contacts, hit Next. Right here, you're going to save, so we're going to hit Browse. I already made one called Tests. I'm going to call it Test 1. Then we're going to hit OK and hit Next again. Unless you have a lot of custom work done, you don't need to map the custom fields. I would just leave that alone and hit Finish. Now, if you have a lot of contacts, it's going to take a while to export. That's not something that's really quick. Okay, and then you can see here, this is where I'm saving it. We're going to open it up. And here's the test. Now, you can see up here at the title or the top bar, this is, I'm going to try to make it a little bit bigger. These are standard Outlook, categories and fields. You can see them all at the top there. So one trick for people is you don't want to go and mess with these up here and then try to import them back into Outlook, because that will mess it up, okay? So a lot of times I tell people, just export out blank contacts so you can get a good template if in case you're reworking your contacts or you have someone that's managing them for you, because then if these match exactly, they will import in exactly how they should be without needing to do customization. But you can see here it's first name, last name, and then there's all these other fields that are in there, and then some, it has standard stuff. Here is email. So a lot of times what I do to cheat the system is I just go grab all these emails and right click and say copy and then I will go put them into my newsletter without having to import and export and do all that. That's a little trick there for you. But otherwise you can see that there's just some more basic stuff, but there's a lot of lines in those in that export. So You could import this into the email newsletters. I've done that before, but like I said, I just like grabbing just the emails, and I don't really care about the first names and all that.